If you're here, you've probably watched Squid Game. It's Netflix's biggest series launch. LeBron's watched it, my friends have watched it, and they won't stop talking about it 24/7. And now, there's a Squid Game keyboard?
Yeah, so this board is a collab between two brands, Model K
Oh.
and Squid Games.
Oh!
Yeah, this is Netflix approved Squid Games collab.
Stop, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
It's hand engineering.
Oh, what a coinky
It is a coinky dink, yeah.
Dude, it looks so nice. How much does it cost again? In true Squid Game fashion, I'm already way too broke to afford this. Probably because I've already bought so many keyboards and keysets. So this time, I thought, why not paint my own Squid Game themed budget mechanical keyboard? So today, I'm going to be using the An Pro 2, which I bought for about 100 Australian dollars when I first got into the hobby and is really now just lying around. It's also got this blue smudge, which I'll be able to cover up with some paint. Now, I want the keyboard's design to be very minimal, but still have hints of references to the film. For me, the most iconic parts would be the shapes on the business card, the Duckgy paper flipping game, the colors of the uniforms, and of course, the Dalgona candy. So let's go ahead and we're going to match up some colors and try and make some paints. So very luckily, I was able to dig out some paints that I haven't used for about 5 years. And to be honest, I don't think I did too bad for someone who's not artistically literate. To make the pink on the uniforms, I'm going to mix red and white paint. The blue and green will make that tracksuit green, and white and blue will come together to make a really nice light blue. I've also got this yellow ochre, which I think is absolutely perfect for the Dalgona candy. Now, literally the day after I thought about painting the keyboard, lockdown lifted, so I actually went to the hardware store to get some spray paints. It'll help make those keycaps actually nice to type on with that glossy finish. Now, it's time to deconstruct the keyboard. So the An Pro board is screwed into the case, also known as a tray mount. So we've got to remove 5 different screws before we can lift up the plate and board. Now, after that, we just need to lift up the plate and board carefully, disconnect the battery connector that's inside, and everything comes apart nicely. Now, the stabilizers on the An Pro 2 are not able to be removed easily, and that's because the switches are soldered down. So today, we're just going to add some dielectric grease to the front and back of the stabilizers, just replenish them a little because they have been lubed before, and hopefully, fingers crossed, won't sound too bad. Lastly, let's remove the internal battery that's stuck down with some light adhesive, cover up the holes, and we're good to start painting. Let's cue the montage.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
So while most of the paint was drying, I went ahead and lubed up the stabilizers. I used some Permatex dielectric grease, just popped in a few blobs into the rear of the stabilizer housings, and also try to loop up the wires close to the front end. To do this, you'd probably need a small brush, probably like a size 0 or 00, and I also think a pair of tweezers would be really handy. Another fantastic way of making pretty much any keyboard sound better is through what's called the tape mod. What you need is some tape, preferably masking tape, and you just stick it to the back of the PCB, and you can apply a few layers, and what it does is it deepens and also makes it sound a little bit more richer or premium, less hollow. I do have a video going through the different combinations that I've tried and also what sounds the best to your preference. Sweet, now time to assemble the finished keyboard. The red and blue keycaps have turned out super well. I've gone with the blue on the alphas and red on the modifiers to represent the players and the guards. The finish on them is shiny, decently thick, a bit more so on the blue. The legends on the keycaps are also slightly visible, just in case I ever need to refer back to them. On the base, I painted 2 layers of green to imitate the colour of the players' jackets, and the ANPRO logo does really well as a circle Dalgona candy. And just a reminder to myself not to turn the keyboard over during use, because I may start salivating. And of course, we can't forget about the shapes that constitute the Squid game itself. The circle, the triangle, and the square. Now, to reassemble the keyboard, we just retrace our steps we did to disassemble it. Before we listen to the before and after sound test, I just wanted to say thank you for making it this far into the video. If you're liking it, please give the video a like, the channel a sub, and maybe comment what sort of keyboard content you'd like to see in the future, as this channel is still quite new. Now, without further ado, let's have a listen. And that is my custom Squid Game keyboard. Not too exy, $100 keyboard, $20 for the spray paints. If you're really bowling though, you should check out the Monike Kage keyboard. And if you haven't watched Squid Game yet, it's an interesting show and I do recommend you watch it. Alright then, I'll see you guys in my next one. Laters.